can go to this.
Very good initiative.
Okay. To help the kids, I have to learn.
Yeah, I love your attitude.
Yeah, so all right, we are live. Hello, parents. This is Coach John here from Learnings Out of the Box, and today I have a very good friend of mine, and he is here to share with us how to raise future-ready kids post-COVID-19.
Hello.
Hello, Eugene. Okay,
Hi.
before I let Eugene tell you what he do and his backstory, because he is a very inspiring speaker, and today I'm just sitting here to listen, and he'll talk for the next 1 hour.
Good try.
Yes, probably I'll just off the video and webcam, and I'll go off. So this is his show.
Oh,
Okay,
jugger.
okay. So Eugene is a father of three, life
Yes.
coach as well as global keynote speaker, and his mission is to spread abundance of joy, meaning, and fulfillment.
Yes.
Yes, Eugene, okay, tell us about what you do, and I know that your journey has its highs and lows,
Yep.
and probably you can share with us how do you end up where you are today.
Very good. Okay, to cut the long story short, I was born in 1976 in KK Hospital. Okay, that's not a very short story. Okay, let me fast forward.
It's okay, it's
Uh,
okay. You can just share whatever you want to share because I think there's lots of things you can share on.
okay, but nothing to do with me being born. Yeah, so I'm a life coach. Yeah, and why did
Yes.
I become a life coach? Because I had no life when I was working. I call myself a corporate zombie. Is that that means I'm always out for blood only. Blood meaning money.
Uh,
I have 3 kids, my wife doesn't work, so quite tough lah. I have to really keep working, like a workhorse. Work. You don't like who cares? You have to work because you have to pay bills, and my bills quite big. Yeah, so I decided after I oh, by the way, I lost my job. Yeah, 2013 I lost my job,
mm-hmm,
and then I couldn't find a job for 9 months, which was
mm-hmm,
very painful. And after I started my company in 2014 November, I
mm-hmm,
still had no money. I mean, it's not like you start company got money, right?
mm-hmm,
So for the next about 1 year, I was still very broke. I was on this financial assistance scheme where my children, all three of them, had to bring food coupons to school. All their classmates bring money given by their father or mother, but my own children bring food coupon, which was, in my opinion, quite embarrassing.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, and I thought, okay, first of all, I had no life when I was working, and then second, after I lost my job, I had no money.
mm-hmm,
So I wanted to be a life coach so that number one, I can coach myself out of this poverty,
mm-hmm,
out of this scarcity. And then number two, once I can achieve that, I can coach my children as well. I want the three of them to also have this abundance mindset where they can do anything they love and still earn money. And basically full of zest in life, not like just work for money. And then I also want to coach my friends. And then before I know it, a few years passed, and then now I'm coaching around the world in different organizations.
mm. Probably you can help the parents to understand because all of us got different meaning of and different definition of abundance. So what does it mean to
Mm,
you and in
okay,
your life coach context?
very good question. Okay, abundance to me means more than enough. Yeah, because when I was growing up, every time people come to you with a gong, to put
Mm,
$1 coin or 10 cent, then you always say like, 心有余力不足, which means like, I really want to donate, but my bank account not enough,
mm-hmm,
which is a very lousy excuse. And then when people want you to volunteer in elderly home or this and that, and then you say, yeah, no time, too busy with children. Yeah. So, throughout our life, and there's a famous movie by Jack Neo, Money No Enough, right? Which, by the way, is one of the best selling Singaporean films ever because it resonated with people. More than 80% of Singaporeans feel that they don't have enough days, don't have enough that. And then now election, same thing. Return us our CPF money, return us this and that. So generally speaking, right, I'm surrounded by people, both parents and otherwise, who always say not enough. Even the rich people, stay bungalow one. You ask them, hey, come, let's go out for beer or whatever. They say, very busy, not enough. It's like, I keep hearing this until very, very sian already. Yeah, so
uh,
I don't want my children to grow up in an environment where they also think they have not enough. right? It becomes a vicious cycle, what? Because with inflation and then everybody say not enough means really not enough, lor. So I wanted to switch it around. I wanted to say, first, you must believe that you have more than enough. Okay, not your bank account, not in reality yet, but you must first believe that you have more than enough. And in 2015, I believed. And by 2017, I had more than enough. It took 2 years lah. Yeah, but first you must believe.
When you say not enough, meaning what? Not enough time, not enough
Everything.
energy.
Not enough energy, like zombie lah. Not enough energy, not enough life, not enough fulfillment. There are a lot of people still working 9 to 6 who are looking for me, say, I hate my job. How can you coach me so that I can leave my job? Not enough fulfillment, not enough joy in the family, not enough time with children, with elderly parents, not enough money. Basically anything that you want in your life, things that you desire, like joy, peace, harmony, you say not enough. Yeah, so it's quite tragic.
Nice. And I remember that you just now you show me a very lovely photo of your family.
Yes.
Yes. Can you show it to us? Send me them.
拜年大吉大利，大吉大利。
Chinese New Year. Wow, so cute. Oh, 2 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah. 3 lovely girls in my house, and then this is my naughty son. These 2 are not twins, by the way.
They look like twins.
Yeah, they look like. One is taking PSLE this year. Then the younger one is primary 4. Then my older one this year taking O levels. This photo was from 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago. And which is the who is the oldest? The boy or the girl?
My wife is the oldest. Yeah.
Your wife's the oldest. Your wife should be the youngest. Then it's reverse.
My wife is even older than me. Yeah.
But still look young and
correct. She looks at least 10 years younger than me, but her age is older than me. Yeah.
This is the right way to describe her. She's always younger than you.
correct.
Yeah.
We are married, so we know what is the public relation thing to say. Yeah.
Yes. And I know that in the past, when I first met you and you were also a trainer for youth, and probably can share with us because I think being a parent yourself, so
yes.
And today's topic is on to give our children the yes correct. Yeah. So what are some of the skills that you are giving your kids, and how is it so important? And probably some of them may not be taught in school as well. So maybe we can cover that as a whole.
Sure. Okay, Imagine I lost my job. Okay, let's rewind. I studied very hard. I went to all the top schools. I went to a top primary school called Catholic High Primary School. One of the best in Singapore. I went to one of the top secondary school in the top class. My PSLE, I want to howl in a bit. It's 270,
What? Real? Wait, sorry. What did I hear?
270. Yeah.
270, and there's like 3 A stars at least.
No, 4 A stars. 4 A stars.
4 A stars. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. This is
sorry. It's 5 A star because I took Chinese as both first and second language.
Oh my god. Probably we should change the topic to how do you get 5 A stars. Parents, now there's a situation here. We are going to change the topic to how did Eugene get 5 A stars.
Oh no, that's a major detour. Yeah, invite me back for part 2.
Okay, yeah.
So imagine I 5 A star 270, and I went to one of the top schools called Chinese High, and then in the top class, which is Sec 1A and then Sec 2A, and then around me were people with 285, 282, 278. I was one of the worst in class with 270. Yeah, so this was my childhood history for you. And then after that, I got a scholarship. I studied so well in Hwa Chong JC that I got a scholarship to study for free in NTU. Okay, so as you can see, I was like the ideal student, both in terms of academic as well as in terms of CCA. I was the president of the Students' Council. And wherever I join, I will be the leader. Like even in drama club, I'm the lead actor. So, to parents, they said, wow, I want my son to grow up like that, such a charismatic leader, wow, in CCA, But can you imagine, I lost my job. This guy, the leader of CCA, the top scholar, I lost my job and I couldn't find my job for 9 months. There's something seriously wrong, don't you think? That means my children, if they follow my path, they also get scholarship, also get degree. There's no telling when they will lose their job. And this year, 2020, we are witnessing a record-breaking retrenchment. right? 200,000. And do you think they have degree? A lot of them have degrees.
Yes.
Okay, some have masters, some have PhDs even, right? These people lose their job. So there's something wrong. Obviously, just studying alone is not future ready, right? It's quite obvious. I mean, it was obvious to me in my brain, but having personally experienced this retrenchment and redundancy, I realized that's like completely not future ready. So I decided, okay, I'm going to reflect, right? Sit down quietly at home, take out a piece of paper, Google a little bit and research what is future ready. And I came up, I mean, if you ask MOE, they come up with a lot of different competencies and all that. A bit complicated for me, lah. They have like 2 outer circle, inner circle, and then like, wow, very complicated. Okay,
It's like
even
maths,
you, yeah, like maths, Venn diagram lah, this and that lah. And then if you pull MOE teacher say, what is the future ready competencies that MOE preaches? I think he also struggle to tell. So mine is very simple. There are only 2 future ready competencies. You see, so easy. Not even 3, 2.
Sure, 2.
Okay. Don't take my word for it. I think there are a lot of parents watching this right now. Don't take my word for it. Later, if you have a chance, go and Google future ready skills, right? And then you will see most of it under 2 categories. Okay. I don't want to talk about like software skills, coding skills. That one cliche already. Okay. I'm talking about soft skills, foundational skills. Okay. So the first skill is called thinking skill. Is that of course thinking skill. By the way, when we go through the whole school, we only learn 2 kinds of thinking skills. One is called memorization, right? And then one is called application. If a student can memorize and apply, he become A-star student already, right? But these are the bottom 2 layers of thinking skills, bottom 2. Okay, today is not a lecture on thinking skills, so I won't tell you all 6. Okay, there are altogether 6 levels of thinking skill. And if you're a parent watching this, go and Google 6 levels of thinking skill. You owe it to your children to read the article tonight. Okay, let me go to the top 2 skills. Okay, since the bottom 2 is not future ready, let's go to the top 2. Okay, top 2 thinking skill. They are called analysis and creation. Okay, let's talk about creation. Basically, you notice Singaporeans are very good employees, right? We work for companies set up by Angmo, by foreigner. And this foreigner, a lot of them drop out of school. Like Bill Gates, right? Mark Zuckerberg, what's his name? Steve Jobs, right? All these people, they leave school. So can you imagine, they somehow believe that running a company is more important than getting their masters or even their bachelor, right? And then we end up getting the masters and working for them, What kind of broken system is this? And then Singapore's PISA score, PISA score is much higher than America. But you look at all the multinational Fortune 500 companies, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Nike, Google, like set up by who? With PISA score high or low?
Low.
But I tell you, this system is broken. And of course, we can talk about voting, election, change policy. You tan kuku, okay? Tan kuku, right? Because maybe
Which
you
means,
take which means wait long.
Okay, wait long. That means wait very long.
Wait very long. Because of course it will change someday, just like now the PSLE is bending and all that. But then by the time your children are not children anymore, your children are adults already, they have their own children already. So I prefer to do something at home. That means parents can do something, not wait for schools to change policy. So what can we do? We can ask questions to our children so that they create. Okay, don't make them memorize stuff. Make them create. There's no need to memorize. Go to Google, every information is there. Okay, so just create. Okay, be as creative as possible. Invent new stuff, new apps, new companies. Fail, and then bounce up again. Fail, bounce back again. Be a YouTuber, right? Be a Instagram influencer. Make them realize the superficiality of fame, and then go back to study, and then come back again, be a Minecraft player. So basically be extra creative. So this is skill number 1, thinking skill. Okay. Have I lost anyone? No.
Yes, probably I just want to add in because and you mentioned the word fail, and actually comes on with some force as well. And I think in some parents' mind, it's like I'm not going to let my child fail, and then failing is actually maybe to some parents a taboo word. Yes. So So yes, I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I think the system that we're in, probably they may not be so forgiving for kids who fail.
Okay, I cannot change the system. I
Yes,
can
yes,
only
yes.
change myself.
Yeah, so
Okay,
how can
yeah.
parents actually do to help?
Parents can change their mindset, lor.
But
Yeah.
when they going back to school,
Yeah.
but the teacher will say, "See, your child failed again. Your child failed again." So how? So
Okay, first of all, I'm not talking about failing in exam.
okay, okay,
Yeah. I'm
yes.
talking about like when you experiment, like for example, very
Ah,
cliche example, right? Make some handicraft using plasticine or clay and then raise funds, right, for
ah,
Children Cancer Foundation. And then after they make 20 already, nobody buy. This called fail lah. Right. And then by the way, there are many YouTube videos. You go and Google Thailand advertisement, right? There are many advertisements like that one about children who fail, like Taugeh cannot grow, fail, right? Try to sell lemonade and ice cream, fail, right? And because they fail today, they are PhD in cancer research, in quantum physics, because they failed before. So now they are creating the cure for cancer, right? So basically, we need to make sure our children experiment. Okay, not don't study fail. The one is just lazy lah. Yeah, but really experiment. Okay, experiment with new business ideas. Experiment with trying to influence their classmates. I give you an example. I have this friend who is currently 12 years old, but I knew him when he was about 9 years old. Okay.
oh,
So he has some slight learning disability and speaking disability. Yeah. But despite that, okay, obviously his grades are not amazing. Yeah. But despite that, he is jogging. Being a small kid, he's running marathon to raise funds. Like every 1 kilometer, he raised like maybe $500 or something. So he raised funds for the disabled and his parent asked me to coach him to speak in class, to inspire other children to also run, to also donate to the cause, to also share this on their Facebook. Hey, this is future ready skill. Never mind whether this kid got pass or fail his maths or physics or science. This is future ready skill. This guy will go out next time and work for any NGO and be able to raise funds for the NGO. He will be hotly in demand.
yes. When you share that, it's very inspiring. At the same time, I think because I have spoken with so many parents, so let me be their negative voices. Yeah, some are gonna tell you that.
Skeptic.
Yes. Well, I think it's a good idea. I don't think if it's my child because he simply has no time. I think
Okay.
he just focus on his PSLE lah.
Okay. I always tell the parents that life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. It sounds a bit cheap. Life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, you are the one who prophesy how your children will be. Right? If your children end up with good grades and nothing else, like don't know how to talk well, don't know how to create using their brain, you caused it. Right? You must proudly display their A-level JC degree master on your bedroom wall because that's the only thing they got. Right? But if you believe that your children should also be kind-hearted, be creative, and speak well, can influence people, and you actively cause that to happen, then that is also a self-fulfilling prophecy. By the way, my son, right, he's 16 now. When he was very young, he very shy, he will hide behind my back. Right? So I'm a very extroverted person, but he's a very introverted person. Right? But I feel that speaking skill is very important. So I signed him up for storytelling competition. Okay, but because if it's very stressful, he's so introverted, go and put him on stage alone, a little bit of an abuse, Yeah. So I decided our whole family go for storytelling competition. Okay, in Chinese some more. So our whole family went on stage, and then he only has a few lines, low stress. And then most of the lines were by my wife and by myself, and also by my domestic helper. Yeah. Okay. So we decided to talk. It was Wizard of Oz. And because of the experience, and by the way, we won champion that year, my son suddenly found confidence. Say, wow, our family got gold. So a few years later, he went on stage himself. Okay. Yeah, so this is just a very short anecdote to show you that if the parents believe that public speaking is important, then you will make it happen. Right? You will purposely sign up for competitions, send them for some enrichment course, or just, like after COVID-19, when you allow more than 5 people into your house, right? Then during Christmas party, get your child to play piano and introduce his piece. Like, this is Beethoven movement number what, and I love this piece because of what, it's not even a speech. It's just an introduction to the piece. And then start playing. Right? Then all the parents are like, wow, 真高嘞，真强嘞，right? So all of them like so happy that your son, everybody has positive energy. And then now your son also feel like, wow, I have such positive affirmation just by introducing a piece of music, and this becomes a virtuous cycle upwards. And very soon your introverted child will be speaking and expressing himself in schools and in the companies he works for.
And I really love what you're doing because I think you went the extra step. Because I know most of us may send our children for different enrichments, but you went ahead, as in you join your child in the enrichment and even went for competition so that you can influence him to like it at least.
Yes. And then after that was my daughter's turn. You have 3 daughters. I have 2 daughters. Yeah. So if you go to YouTube, Eugene Seah. By the way, I would like to encourage everyone to subscribe to YouTube. Okay, Eugene Seah channel. And there you can see me sharing a story, A Princess and a Frog, with my daughter. At the time, I think she was about 9.
Okay.
So it was just 2 of us speaking, and she had a lot of lines. It was a very nice family bonding event, just father and daughter sharing on stage. We didn't win that year, but it was such a sweet memory, and I'm very thankful for whoever recorded the video and I could upload onto YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I think I really want to see that. Let me see if this is the one. Is it a Speak Mandarin campaign?
Yeah. Speak Mandarin campaign.
Okay, wait lah. Yeah. I thought it would be
sure.
nice to show parents as well. Hold on.
Can. Yeah, just show.
Yes,
but it's a very long story. Just show a small clip will do.
Yes. Yeah, because I think that at the same time we also want to show parents what other parents are doing, because sometimes we thought that we are facing a big challenge and we simply have no time, and our child takes up so much of our time. And I think it helps when we see other parents doing that, and it gives us encouragement as well. Okay.
Okay.
Is this the one?
Let me see. Yeah, this is the one. Correct.
Okay.
6 minutes 23 seconds. Too long.
And you let me know whether you can hear sound. Can you hear sound?
Yes, can. Very clear. Very clear.
Okay.
这是爸爸谢明耀和女儿谢乐欣、谢乐嘉的表演。公主与青蛙是一个家喻户晓的神话故事，但是今天的公主呢，将会做一个不同的决定。
Yes, is this you?
Yeah, that's.
Okay, so you're a frog. Wow. You really go all out just to do something for your kid.
Hey, fast forward, so that you can see my daughter.
Okay, this is my daughter. Okay, it's still you leh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find your girl. Okay.
This one, my girl.
漂亮，我很开心哦！我的球掉进池塘里了，救命啊！
救命！救命！我来了！
你是谁？
我这么聪明，你竟然不认？
Okay. I got a lot of questions to ask you.
行
And
的。
我妈妈说
And what are some of the
不
challenges
可以轻
and your
易
journey
陌
in
生
bringing
人。
her up to this stage?
没事啊。
Cannot hear you.
Okay. Yes, I'm so excited because I think this is the first time that I see a parent. Okay, let me just
Stop sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it really brings back memories. I want to cry already. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that this is one of my first time that I see a parents doing something to such an extent with the kids. Because if you ask me to dance on stage with my girl, probably I will hesitate and I will say
I'm
that.
sure you can. Don't like that.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to you. So you should share with us, like, okay, what we saw there is the end product. Probably with a lot of rehearsal done as well. What was the journey like? And probably share with us some of the challenges that you face, even pushing her to where she was at the stage.
Actually, the biggest challenge is our own mindset challenge. Like what you said earlier. No time, no money, no what. Actually, it's lying to yourself, lah. Right? I mean, what do you mean no time? Time is the same for everybody. Whether you're a baby or elderly, you have 24 hours per day. It is exactly the same. Right? So what we mean is not no time. What we mean is actually, and we should, as parents, we should tell the truth. What we mean is, I prefer my daughter to sit at home to finish her homework instead of rehearsing for drama, rehearsing for ballet, practicing for volleyball. That's what we really mean. It's not no time, because the time is the same. It's like pizza. Pizza is the same, But if we take a bigger piece for our children, then we have a smaller piece for ourselves, right? It's the same. Yeah, so we should really tell the truth to ourselves. I prefer my child to sit down and do 5 pieces of assessment book and mock papers and 10-year series rather than go out to play, rather than go and play at Macritchie Reservoir. This is the truth. So I think parents should stop lying. It's not no time. It's I prefer. Yeah. And if you ask your child what she prefers, you want to guess or not? Would she prefer to sit at home, do 5 pieces of homework? And by the way, when I say homework, it doesn't mean school homework. School homework, please do finish first. But it's like additional homework that parents love to buy from Popular, download from internet, and then keep giving. Nowadays got CD lah, got app lah. I think it's overwhelming. Right? The child should go out and play, make friends, and no need to plan for her how to play. Right? That's part of the creative thinking. Right? Let her play by herself. Let her create her own dialogue. And by the way, it's like Lego also. Right? Playing Lego is not a waste of time. Yeah, but if you buy those Harry Potter Lego, Avengers Lego, that is a waste of time. That one is like IKEA lah. Right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then in the end, the whole thing looks exactly like on the box. That is a waste of time. Right? Your child learn nothing. Nothing. Okay? Throw a bunch of colorful Lego with no pictures and ask them to create something. That one is called creative thinking. Yeah. So to basically answer your question, I prefer my children to play with Lego, to sing, to play piano, to go out to Macritchie Reservoir rather than do a whole stack of assessment papers.
So it's the preference of the parents and how they plan the day for the kid as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just to finish it, just now I talked about creative thinking, right?
Yes.
So that's skill number 1. Okay. Yes. The second competency is called public speaking. Yeah. And Singaporeans are infamously bad for it. I'm a Singaporean as well, so I'm not judging other people, right? So it is infamously bad for it. And you will never know you are bad in it until you work in a multinational company. Because multinational company got Ang Mo, right? Caucasian, Australian, British, American, New Zealander, all speak better than you. Okay. And then even within Asia, right? Malaysians and Indians also speak better than you. And because I'm Chinese, so I cannot be racist against my own race, right? So it's like, then they start to give themselves excuses, Recently, because of election, I see a lot of Facebook comments say, we don't need someone like James Lim who can talk so well. We need someone who can work well. Obviously, this already betray a very wrong mindset of this person who keyed in. Are you saying that by speaking well, by debating well, that is not part of a politician's job? Is that what you're saying? The politician should go door to door and distribute free food. Then why pay them so much for it? Right, a politician should learn how to debate. Like if you send them to United Nations, they should be able to stand on stage, on behalf of Singaporeans and debate. Right? What kind of nonsense is this that we don't need them to speak well? They just need to work well. It's this kind of mindset that causes a lot of engineers to lose their job. Even before COVID-19, a lot of civil engineer, mechanical engineer, IT engineers have begun losing their job from 10 years ago before COVID-19. Don't blame COVID-19 for everything. Right? These engineers are very good engineers, very, very good, but cannot get promoted. Why? Because in meetings, you're supposed to be able to influence the management. They say, I don't want to do PowerPoint. You do. And of course, by the way, I can say this because I've been in companies training engineers how to speak at air shows, how to speak at conventions. Yeah, so I do know what struggles they go through. They are the ones who tell me from the horse's mouth. So this is the second foundational skill that parents should focus for their children. And I don't mean sending them for public speaking class. I'm not here to sell any public speaking class, okay? What I mean is you focus on their public speaking skills so much that day in, day out, right? During dinner time, when you go out, that you will have interaction, right? You will say like, hey, do you notice anything different about this country? Right? For example, if you rather than say, come go shopping, hey, come go to the restaurant, hey, come, what do you want to eat? How can they learn public speaking like that? Right? Allow them to order the food by themselves. Go and queue up and then say, excuse me, may I have a large Coke and a fries? That is also a bit of public speaking, right? Yeah, and then when the people don't understand, say, huh? 恭喜me. Then your child, should not turn around to you and say, mommy, I don't know what she's saying. Right? She should just say, oh, sir, no problem. Let me speak slower. Right? So all these are part of everyday life public speaking, not just sent to a class 2 hours and then think, yay, I tick the box on learning how to public speak. That's not the way. Okay, so these are the two foundational skills which I call future ready skills.
Yes, allow me to share, because I think and I resonate with what you are saying, because at home I do let my girls air their opinions as well.
Wow,
And I
very good.
always ask them why and why not, because I want to stretch their thinking to both sides as well.
Yes.
Because when we think of something, there's always both sides of the extremes,
Yeah.
that they can go to. So I'm trying to do that during the
Very
dinner
good.
time and the meal times.
And when they do that, they are also practicing their critical thinking. Right. I mean, critical thinking is slightly different from the creative thinking. Just now I talked about analysis, right? Yeah, so that is critical thinking. You are able to analyze, for example, which party is good for you, which policy is good for you, CPF, which age takeout is the, so all these things are critical thinking. Most people just copy paste on. They say other people complain, I also complain. Other people praise, I also praise. Alamak, don't you have your own brain, right? So learn to criticize, not criticize, learn to critique. Learn to critique. And I think it should start from children, so that as they grow up, they become naturalized. That means they find it second nature to critique and analyze.
Yes. And I think it was also one of the key things that you mentioned, and I think for parents who are watching this, if you know of other parents who eat with their children, but both of them are watching their devices, I thought they're missing such a great opportunity to discuss topics and to train up their critical thinking skills.
Yeah. I drive my son, he's 16 now. I drive my son to school every day. And
That's nice
being
bonding.
16, yeah, it's good bonding. Yeah, I wake up at 6:30, but that's another story. Yeah, so I relish the chance because he's a teenager, he's very busy with O-level, so I rarely get to talk to him. Yeah, so I have to think of topics, So I will drive and then I'll comment about road signs, comment about how fast people are driving, how they cut in the lane. I'll comment about radio shows. I'll comment about his music. Say, hey, this composer, the name I can't even pronounce. Which country do you think he's from? So all these things are teachable moments. It's not just like, have you done your homework? No. It's like, are you playing computer game? It's like, hey, parents. Okay, I think most parents, because we grew up in Singapore and underwent the MOE system, so parents ourselves have lack of critical thinking, right? So sometimes we don't know what to say to our children except, have you done your homework? Sleep early, have you brushed your teeth? If you keep having this very narrow scope of conversation topic, of course, they grow up not thinking much, right? Then you cannot criticize it. Hey, my son don't even know how to like Hwa Chong, for example, they stop their students from from Hwa Chong, so I can comment about this. So they say, it's very dangerous. What if they share the wrong thing? It become illegal. POFMA this, POFMA that. Alamak, if you don't do it 6, 17, 18, hey, hello, they're about to take a rifle and go and protect our country already. Then what age should they start critiquing and thinking about whether policies are good, which party is good? With what age? 44. So I cannot stand it. So I want to repeat that life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, what parents do right now while their children are young will form the future of their children. Right? Don't complain next time when they don't know how to speak, when they are shy. It is because of you, the parent.
And it's not too late yet, because if you want your kids to be trained up, it can also start at home right now from you, the parents. And it's the easier
anytime,
step.
anywhere.
Yeah, it's the easier step.
I mean, no point looking at the back. We have no time machine, right? So we look from today, like tonight, when you tuck your kids in bed, what are you going to talk about? Now is election time. Why don't you talk about election? By the way, I coach. Just now I talked about a kid who tried to raise funds, right? Yeah, so I coach him almost every week on public speaking.
Wow.
He's now 12 years old. So we do it through Zoom. And then I let him choose the topic. So sometimes he teach me how to take good care of his dog, golden retriever, right? Sometimes he share with me how to buy a bicycle. What criteria should you look out for? What is the cost? By the way, I have no idea. So I'm really humble listening to this 12-year-old kid teaching me how to buy a bicycle. And then for this coming week, he's going to teach me which candidate is the best. Okay, so a 12-year-old kid will show me, prove to me through Wikipedia, through 5 bullet points, which candidate is the best. I think every kid should go through this kind of process.
Yes. And also, I also want to share that I thought what you have raised is very valid as well. Is as parents, we do not know everything. Yeah. So if you don't know, you can ask your kid. Just let them know. Papa doesn't know. Can you tell me what is it? And listen to how they share their stories.
can you tell me what is it? It's very powerful. Do you know what's even more powerful? Can you go and research and show me tomorrow? Okay, I learned this skill accidentally because I went to Hong Kong in 2011. I brought my whole family there. So my 3 kids studied in the international school, right? I mean, never in my life did I think I'm going to send my kids to international school, right? Because international school costs about $1,000 per month per kid. You know, it's crazy. So 3 kids is 3,000 Sing dollars per month already.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but because of this experience, I realized that international schools do it so differently from local schools. Very different, right? No wonder they charge so much. Right? Every topic, my son has to go home and Google one. You know, and being very old-fashioned, I'll think, what's the teacher doing? Pay her money for what? How come I never teach my child? Oh, make my child come back and do PowerPoint slide and Google. Right? Then I tell you, you're killing your child. Right? But if you can see the value, by the way, there's a special technique, it's called flipped classroom, right? Flipped classroom. It's becoming a national trend. In Finland, they do it, you know, usually in the western part of the world, you know, flipped classroom. So they are supposed to learn even before coming to class. That's why it's called flipped. And when they go to class, they're supposed to present. That means they pretend that the students are the teachers. And then what do the teachers do? The teachers facilitate lah. Right, they say, oh, that's a very good point. You know, do you have a counterpoint to it? You know, hey, class, do you have any questions with regards to what Eugene has just shared? Right, so you're supposed to facilitate. You're not supposed to teach. The less teachers teach, the more students learn. Yeah, and we can start at home.
Yes, that's my takeaway for myself. The less I teach, the more my kid learn. But I think that many parents, I feel, and I have heard from them that it's like the parents are doing the teaching more than the child is learning. Yeah,
there's a bit of psychology behind it. Imagine, I must be very, very thankful to my mom and dad. Okay, the reason why I score 5 A-star, okay, which is the question you asked much earlier, is because they did not micromanage me. Okay, and I think a lot of parents will like, what? How can I do this to my children? I must take leave and sit beside them. I tell you, the moment you do that, you're killing the natural curiosity in your child. Okay, I know what I'm saying right now is very controversial because a lot of parents will feel that, you know, the more I sit beside them, the more I guide them, the more I care for them. Can you imagine if your manager, you know, all the parents work in some kind of manufacturing firm or government service, if your manager sit beside you and guide you on typing that minutes or that report, can you tell me, does it help you in your motivation or kill you in your motivation? This is common sense, right? Nobody in their right mind, no adult in their right mind would want another adult to sit beside you and guide you in your work, right? The more you're left alone with some empowerment, of course, right? The more you're left alone, the more you will want to learn. Let's say, hey, let me go and research how to do this. Let me ask my classmate how to do this, right? And then this asking around, this itself is a skill. I remember my maths was very, very lousy. Talking about maths, since you teach maths. Yeah, my maths was very, very lousy. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay, I'm very poor in maths. But because I wanted to score well, I don't know why I wanted to score well, but maybe due to competitiveness, I wanted to score well. But since I couldn't ask my parents, and since they don't even know whether I take maths or not, so I have to ask my classmate. And then when my classmates don't know, I have to stop the teacher before he reached the staff room to ask him. Right, this is called resourcefulness. Yeah, so I feel that parents should do less. Of course, draw boundaries. That means like don't allow them to play computer game, make sure they are safely at home, you know, don't have any social media stranger on their handphone, you know, all this safety thing do. But don't micromanage them until you kill their natural curiosity for learning.
Yes, thanks for sharing. My own experience tells me that sometimes when we ask the parents, have you checked with the school or the teacher? And my feeling is that many of them do not want to go back to ask them, and a lot of the responsibility it lies on the tutors, people who are outside the school. Yeah. So based on your experience, actually, what can parents do to counter that? Because I think that it's a very big vortex that parents are being sucked in and they're doing what other parents are doing as well. Yeah.
You mean that parents like to outsource? Is that what you mean?
okay, like to outsource is one thing, but sometimes when I ask the parents, so have you checked back with the teacher? Many of them say no. I don't think I want. And even if the child tell the parents that I do not know how to do it, the parents, I think their first resource is to go to a tutor rather than the teacher. Yeah, so I really like what you're saying, because it's the resourcefulness and going back to the direct source to ask for help rather than going one big round.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm not against tutor lah. Yeah, but what I mean is the child must be resourceful.
Yes,
And
yes.
the parents, I mean, okay, I can recognize that certain kids really need a lot of guidance, right? Maybe there's ADHD, maybe there's dyslexia, maybe there's some kind of learning disability or Asperger or whatever. So I can understand. Not every child can be left alone. Yeah, but what I mean is don't strangle the child, right? Don't puppet the child, right? Stimulate the child by asking, who can you check with for the answer? No, don't straight away say, have you checked with Mr. Lim? Have you checked with Mr. Yo? Right? It's like this is called a leading question. Then they say, oh no, I haven't checked with Mr. Yo. It's so narrow. Like there are at least 10 people you can check with. Why specifically talk about Mr. Yo? Right? So the question should be more open-ended. Like, who can you check with, Joel? Who can you check with, Jody? Right? And then if they struggle a bit, that struggle is good. Then don't answer the question for them. Let them struggle a bit. Say, don't worry, you don't have to answer me now. Go and think about it. In fact, write down on this piece of paper 10 people you can check with. By the way, my son, although he has tuition also, but he checks YouTube a lot. Okay, he said, YouTube teach better than my teacher, lor. Right? That's what he told me, which is true lah. You heard of Khan Academy, right? KHAN.
Yes.
Yeah, it started from one YouTube video, right? Basically, this fund manager guy, research analyst guy, he was drawing on the paper and then filming it on YouTube and sending to his niece. And then he spawned this whole series of tutorials, which is a lot clearer and more engaging than those teachers in school, which is so sad, right? Yeah, so never mind. What's done is done. Yeah, so I think a child should be resourceful. They should ask you, ask me, go to YouTube, check with textbooks, go to Popular, just do everything it takes to learn.
Great sharing. Yes, at the same time, for parents who are listening to this, I thought something that you can tweak when you help your kids as well, because nowadays we know that the WhatsApp groups for parents are very popular. Facebook groups like PSLE Math, PSLE Science, whatever you want is all there in the social medias. And I know that a common trend is parents, when a kid is stuck, parents took a photo of the question and post it there, and probably post in 10 other areas as well, and hoping that someone will get back to them fast, and then just let the child copy from it, and that's it. Yeah. So I thought probably you can add in something that ask the child, so what can you do about it, rather than helping your child straight away.
Okay, of course it's complicated. I must say it's complicated.
Yes, it's not easy.
Yeah, because I must confess, in order to score well for PSLE and O levels, I copied a lot. Not during O level. I copied a lot during school time. Yeah, sometimes I half understand, don't understand, but because like your O level is coming up in 3 weeks' time, you cannot watch YouTube, try to understand. Sometimes you just have to quickly memorize, and so that you can get your A star. So I would like to suggest to parents that we should have a two-pronged approach. Okay. So whether your kids are doing well in school or not, that one is one prong, right? So if they are doing well in school, of course, very good. Encourage them, motivate them, reward them. It's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that kids should not do well in school. Okay. So by all means, do well in school. If they're not doing well in school, never mind, right? Maybe quickly do some 10-year series if it's very urgent, right? No, I'm not asking you to stay back for 2 more years just to understand. Do some shortcut to it, go for tuition in order to score well. That's fine. Okay, that's just prong number 1. Prong number 2 is the important one. Okay, prong number 2. That means I don't care whether your kids score well or don't score well. They need the prong number 2, which I already mentioned earlier. So prong number 2 are the foundational life skills, which is the thinking skills and the communication skills. Because whether they are doctor, lawyer, engineer, they will need the thinking skill and the speaking skill for sure. I guarantee it, plus triple chop. Yeah.
Plus another fourth chop from me.
Okay, fourth chop. Very good, very good. Yeah, and let me 8:20 already. Okay, let me wrap up by saying that parents can do 3 very concrete things. Okay, that'll be helpful, right?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay, so parents can do 3 very concrete things. Yeah. And if you're a parent, please write it down. So the first concrete thing, by the way, all three start with M. Okay. So the first concrete thing that parents can do so that their kids are future ready is called mindset. Okay. So as parents, we need to change our mindset. Okay. We need to be future ready, right? Because up to now, I still see parents who are just looking for a job. Right? Never mind whether the job fits your mission, your calling, your talent. Like, never mind lah. Just make do, pay bills first. What kind of mindset is that? You know, last time when I got retrenched, I rejected $8,000 per month job because I didn't feel that it aligns with my mission in life. So I rejected it. And people scolded me, oh, what an irresponsible father. You should pay bills first before trying to ask for your passion and calling. Right? But now who has the last laugh? Yeah, so number one, change your own mindset as parents. And only when you change your own mindset, you can role model for your kids what is the correct mindset. Right? So many parents are hypocrites. That means we didn't change our mindset, but we constantly say, hey, 孩子啊, you must change your mindset, you must be positive, you must think anything is possible, you must fulfill your living, your dream in life, And then they look at you like, Mommy, are you fulfilling your dream then? Right? Then you don't know what to say. Right? People can see. Children are very observant. They can see whether you are living your life, fully, abundantly. Right? So that's mindset. The second M is called mastery. Okay, I think parents need to gain mastery in those two things that I just mentioned. So parents, we need to think creatively, right? And one of the easiest ways to think creatively is to ask ourselves, what else? What else? Okay, so whatever we think is successful for our children, like getting good grades, okay, fine, I'm not disagreeing with that. But what else? What else is considered success for our children? Right? Always ask yourself what else, and you can think creatively. And always communicate. Always communicate. I tell you, I mean, I have my fair share. 18 years of marriage plus having teenage children. You can imagine I have my fair share of struggles. Okay, yeah. So it's not like perfect family. That'll be a lie. Yeah. So I need to think, how do I express myself to my son? Right? Of course, I can be like the traditional father. Don't talk lah. What's there to talk? I already provide money, give him allowance, still talk for what? Yeah, but I want to talk. I want to communicate with him. I want to connect with his heart. Yeah, and it is a very uphill task, which I won't give up. That's why I talk about music, talk about movies, anything but homework. Okay, so this is called the mastery in communication. So parents need to gain mastery in thinking and communication. Okay, so far so good. And once again, children will role model us. Once parents think creatively, children, right? They will just osmosis, and they will start to think creatively as well. And if you speak eloquently, confidently, then your children are observing you, and they will also speak confidently, eloquently. So that's the second M. Any question before I move to the third M?
Okay, I want to add in one more thing that I just learned from a friend who also came for the interview as well as one of the guest speaker.
Yes.
And his daughter is already 20 plus, and she likes to play ukulele.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that knowing nothing about that, but because he knows that through learning this can connect with the daughter, so he went to pick up ukulele as well, so that there's something for them to talk about. And it's really not easy because he's also a boss for of his own, and he has much things. But he said that connection with his daughter is his number one priority, no matter how old the daughter is.
I love that. Yeah. So that's being creative. I also know parents with children, teenagers who are very addicted to computer game. And guess what they did? They sit down and say, hey, son, can you teach me how to play Minecraft? Right. Yep. And I tell you, our children actually feel very happy. And they say, oh, mommy, you really want to learn? And then they teach. This family bonding. Rather than say, playing computer again, waste time, good for nothing. Obviously this parent, very fixed mindset, right? Need to be more abundant, need to be more creative. Okay. So ready for the third M?
Yep.
Yeah, this third M is a pet peeve of mine because our MOE schools doesn't teach, and a lot of parents don't teach their children. This is called money skills. Money skills. Yeah. Can you imagine? Parents don't have money skill. And then our children grow up already, no money skill. And this comes back to haunt them, I mean, it certainly haunted me. Can you imagine I work for a bank, I earn so much per month, I could easily have retired already, seriously. If I had good money skills, I could have bought 2 properties, rent out, and then when I got retrenched, I would say instead of retrenched, I early retirement. Right? But because I had lousy money skills, it affected not just my own career, it affected my children also, right? They have to bring the food coupon to school. Yeah, so I would like to appeal to all the parents. Please, starting from today, learn some basic money skills and then pass all these money skills to your children, no matter how old or how young they are, so that when they are older, when they start earning money, that they will continue to have this money skill instead of making the same money mistakes as us. Yeah, so these 3M, mindset, mastery, and money combined together is what I call future readiness for our children.
Wonderful. Okay, just before we wrap up, can you share some specific money skills that parents can teach their kids?
Okay, very good. Wow, specific money skill.
Yep.
By the way, this is going to be another 1 hour conversation.
Oh yeah, probably you can just say, okay, first you must, okay, maybe just 1 or 2 tips will be good enough.
Okay, one very simple tip.
Yes.
Every week when you give allowance to your children, okay, the very first thing they need to do is not to spend. The very first thing they do is to save. You know, this sounds like common sense, but it's not common sense. Most people spend, and then left over, that's called saving, right? That means some months you save a lot, some months you don't save at all, and some months zero saving. That's a very bad habit. You know, number 1, save. In fact, I purposely give my son a little bit more so that I know for sure, because I want him to feel successful. I don't want him to feel stressed. Yeah, so for sure he can save at least $15 per month. Per week, per week. Okay, for sure. Right. And then recently he negotiated with me. He said, if I can show you I save $15, can you do 1-for-1 top up?
Wow.
Hey, do I look like PAP? Do I look like
He's a
PAP?
smart boy, oh, he's very smart in this sense.
Correct, very smart. Yeah. So save. Okay. And then spend. Okay, spending don't need to teach. Okay, but the third S is very important also. Please learn to share. I think children should do donation no matter what. Okay, so save, spend, share. Hopefully it helps.
Great.
And
so
for more tips, of course, contact me for more tips.
Yes, contact you at say yes to abundance.
No, EugeneSeah.com. EugeneSeah.com.
Ah, great. Okay, and I know that you need to rush off because you are highly sought after. Yes, I know that. Yes. Yeah, you're gonna for the next show, right? Across another Zoom portal.
Another Zoom, correct.
Okay, I don't want to miss this because I always ask my guests before they go off this question, because this is a Facebook group helping parents to learn maths. Okay, so let me bring you back to your 12-year-old, so down the memory lane. Yeah, then imagine you saw the Eugene, or you see him, and then you can almost touch him sitting there in front of you. What will you tell him?
I'll say enjoy life. What else? Enjoy
Anything
life,
else?
really.
Anything else?
No, really live your dream, enjoy life, be curious, just explore. Really be a human being. Be a human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let me just push a bit also. Let's say you say one day you tell the younger Eugene,
yes,
one day you are going to be an abundance coach.
Okay.
What will he say to you?
What will the child say to me if I tell him he will be an abundance coach?
Yes. What will your younger self, what do you think your younger self will say to you then? When you say, young Eugene, you are going to be an abundance coach, what do you think he'll say to you?
Wow, that's a very deep question. First of all, I will never ever give spoiler to my children.
Okay.
I mean, he's supposed to experience the full movie called life.
Sure,
and then find out for himself what he wants to be. Even if I have time machine, I won't spoil it for him.
All right. Okay, Eugene, thanks so much for the chat.
Thank you.
Wow, I didn't know that you get 5 A stars. Oh my god, I should have catch you to do
part two.
5 A stars Zoom.
I'll tell you how to study smart. I have a terminology SMART where children can study smart and do a lot better in school. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that again. Okay. So I'll catch you again. Take care. Go for your.
Hey, thank you, John. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Hey, bye.
Bye.